right, welcome everybody officially to our 48-hour Emerald Focus Group Hangout. So we're going to be just chatting tonight, kind of informally, about what we've gone over in the last 2 days. And I know it has been a crash course. Like, I hope it's been more course than crash for you. But I know it's been a lot of information. And so I want to just thank you all for paying attention. And I was really pleased to see so much interaction from the team on the post. I know there were a lot of people that were participating and really following along, and I hope that you guys got a lot out of it. I hope that it wasn't too fast. And if you have been in the past participated in one of our longer, like 21-day groups, I would love to hear your feedback, kind of comparing what we just did to one of the longer groups. I tried this because I find that people sometimes lose focus when it's too long, and so my goal was to just get a topic covered really fast. That way we keep everybody engaged and hopefully in it for the whole period, including myself. Okay, I'm talking about myself. So if you have gone through one of those longer groups, I would love to hear feedback from you, just kind of like what you thought, okay? And you can do that either in the team page. I don't care if everybody sees it, or if you'd rather PM me, go ahead and PM me, but I'm asking you to please do that because I'm always looking for ways to improve what we do. Nobody is perfect, right? And so if there's any way that I can improve upon our systems that we have in place and how we're operating our team, I would love to make improvements, trust me. Okay, so this last 2 days, we have been focused on Emerald rank. And I hope by now, everybody has a really good understanding of what Emerald is and why it's so important to get to Emerald. And I'm gonna just like go through a couple highlights real quick, and then we're gonna focus on inviting. And oh, one other thing is there is one more video left in our training that my internet has been very wonky today, and I didn't get it uploaded in time to post, unfortunately. So I will be posting that tonight after the call. There's one video left. It's about 20 minutes long, but it's a really important video. So if you've been following along, it really is going to wrap everything up for you, and it's talking about coach placement as well as the benefits of signing up your spouse. So if those two things, you're not sure how, like we've talked about Emerald and how important it is, and maybe you have somebody who's interested in signing up to coach, please, please, please watch this video before you do anything, okay? And I'll post that right after we get off this call. Okay, so we've been talking about Emerald, and I want to reiterate just a few things. Number one, that Emerald, and I really believe this, I know when I said it on the video, I was like, they're not going to believe it. I'm like, they're just think I'm going to blow hot air. This is the truth. Emerald is the most important rank. And I really mean that. And that's because when you can look into your downline on that graphical genealogy and you see green little dots everywhere, guess what? It means that you are doing a really great job of being a coach and being a business leader and building an organization, which is what this is all about. If you're in this to make money, and if you're in this to have financial freedom, and if you're in this so that you can build a business that's going to provide a significant income, you have to learn how to master Emerald yourself and then duplicate that within your organization and teach your coaches how to master Emerald. And what I mean when I say master Emerald is basically learn how to recruit. Because if you think about it, Diamond is hitting Emerald 4 times, right? 2 coaches is Emerald, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's Diamond as once you teach your coaches to hit Emerald as well. So mastering Emerald is one of the most important things you're going to do with your business. And sales are great, commission is great, and I'm going to throw some numbers out for you tonight about that kind of lead back to sales when we're talking about Success Club 10 and Success Club leads qualifications when you hit an Emerald rank. But that is all dwarfed by just learning how to hit Emerald, because none of that can happen without Emerald, okay? So the benefits of Emerald. So we're talking money again, right? about you, but I like to make things easy on myself, okay? And I like to get the best reward for my effort, okay? That is what we've been talking about this last 2 days. And the video that I'm going to post tonight is really going to hone in on that. But learning how to strategically run your business, that way you're getting more money for the same amount of work that you put in. That's what Emerald's all about, okay? So I can make sales as a coach, and I can earn 25% commission on every single sale, and that's amazing. And if you're a coach and you're at coach rank, go for that. That's how you're going to earn your money in the beginning. But when you hit Emerald and you start growing an organization, guess what? You're going to earn extra money, and you're not going to do any extra work, right? It's extra money. And with each rank up to diamond, that money goes up, okay? So $4 increase on $14, and I did the math this morning, so we're talking math here, and I'm not a numbers person. I had to have Brandon help me with this. But if I'm an Emerald coach and I earn $14 per cycle compared to a diamond coach, the same cycle, the same volume, 28% more money. Does that speak to anybody? 28% is a lot. That's a lot. Okay, so that's what we're talking about when we say the same amount of work for more money. Same commission or same volume in my team. We've been talking about this left side, right side, or weak side, strong side balance to earn a cycle, right? Remember, on your strong leg for 200 points compared to your weak side at 100 points, that's one cycle together. At an Emerald coach, you're $14. Ruby is $16. Diamond is $18. From the Emerald to Diamond, it's a 28% increase. Now, just compound that by a little. That's a lot of money. Okay, it's a lot of money. Master Emerald, and that's what's going to happen for you. More money for the same amount of work. So we talked about mindset and how important your mindset is. And there's a really great video. I'm going to tell you the name of it. You can go search it on YouTube if you want. It's by Mindy Winder, and it's called Diamond is a Mindset Shift. If you search that on YouTube, it will pop right up. And it's a really great video on how important your mindset is when we're talking about rank advancing and growing your business, not just recruiting coaches, but with your sales, all of that stuff. Our mindset is like number one. And that's why personal development is on a list of 3 vital behaviors. If you think about that, Beachbody says there, if we can narrow all of the realm of things, activities that you can do every day, if we can narrow that down to just 3, personal development made the cut. That's pretty significant. And it's because personal development directly relates to your mindset. And mindset directly relates to how people view you, how you view them, and that directly relates to whether they're going to want to follow you or not, okay? And I know we've all had the situation where we were talking to somebody and they're interested, but they're, maybe they don't jump on it, or maybe you hear that they bought from somebody else, or maybe they went to eBay. That happens to all of us, okay? But the more you can hone in on mindset and really getting that positive belief in yourself that will translate from you to the other person, they're going to want you. They're not going to want eBay. They're going to want you. They're going to want to be on your team. They're going to, I have coaches all the time, or customers all the time that tell me, oh yeah, this coach contacted me or messaged me about a group she's doing, but you're my coach. I would never switch teams. You're my coach. How do you develop that within people, right? It's caring about them. It's being there for them, showing up. It's following through with what you say you're going to do to help them. And it's that mindset and how you make them feel, because you are amazing, right? And it translates. So believing in yourself is super duper key. Super duper key. You have to believe in yourself. Okay, so I'm going to move on down here, see what other things I want to highlight. Oh, your why. Okay, I spent a lot of time on your why. And I hope that I wasn't too all over the board with that. The thing with really identifying your why and understanding that is it's super personal to you, okay? Your why is going to be different than mine. And even if maybe the what is the same, like, okay, say my what is I want to quit my job, I want to stay home and raise my children. That's the what, right? But my why is always going to be different. It's unique. It's like your fingerprint, okay? So when I first started as a coach, I heard all these people, you know, their why, and it was like, oh, that sounds great. Like, you know, like that's my why too. Or here's the thing. You really, really, really have to dig deep into your heart and know yourself enough to know what you really want out of life. And it's different for every single one of us. It's different, okay? And you might want to stay home and raise your kids, but that alone might not be enough to make you work your business the way it needs to be worked for that to happen. And that's just the bottom line. And that's something that in all the trainings that I've done on this topic, I've never heard anybody tell me that. So I'm telling you that, okay? You're hearing it from me. Until I dug deep and I really figured out what was pushing me and what would make me go further and push myself beyond the, you know, yeah, I want to grow a business, but oh my God, The Walking Dead is on tonight. Like I can't miss that, you know, or yeah, I want to grow my business, but the husband wants to go out to eat. So I'm going to skip my power hour and I'm going to go out to eat. Until you can get that level of drive and that level of motivation that says, oh no, I have big goals and I haven't done my power hour yet, and The Walking Dead can be DVR'd or I can watch it on Netflix. I don't need to watch that right now. I'm working on my business. Until you get to that point with your mindset and with that why, this isn't going to happen for you, at least not at the rate that you want it to. Okay, what will happen is you'll do all this work and you won't get the results that you think you deserve for the amount of work that you're putting in, and you'll feel frustrated, right? So it's very important that you figure that out. And that, again, like, it just takes really digging deep. And I think when they say find a why that makes you cry, that's kind of like the litmus test. You know what I mean? Like, if it's powerful enough that just thinking about it is enough to make you get teary-eyed, you're probably on the right track. All right, so I'm going to get now into what was covered. Oh, no, there's one more. How to Love What You Hate. Did you guys all watch that? So I read this book called Change Anything. This is a book I highly recommend for everybody to read, because it's going to help you with your customers in challenge groups, helping them to really dial in and change their lifestyle and their behaviors. Because we've all had cases where we run a group and the person loses 10 pounds and then they're gone and they gain it all back, right? And then 3 months later, they're coming to you again. Can I be a part of your group again? Like, I gained all this weight back. Change Anything. It's a social science experiment, and they figured out a formula to get anyone to change any belief, and it's freaking amazing, okay? And that's where this video that I did for you on Love What You Hate came from, directly from that book, okay? But learning to love what you hate is so important. And I know hate's a really strong word, and you might be thinking, well, I don't hate inviting people to be a coach. But I know that there's a lot of coaches out there that they find it really easy to invite people to challenge groups, but the minute we're talking about inviting somebody to the business opportunity, they clam up. And I'm not really sure why, but let me just say this. When you can figure out how to make that connection in your mind between the activity and the result, all right, and marry those two together in your mind, instead of sitting down at the computer and trembling and shaking and putting it off and procrastinating and going to the bathroom 5 times before you finally type out an invitation, right? Anybody? You're gonna be excited to sit down, because guess what? The minute my fingers hit that keyboard, I am opening up a vault of amazingness. All right. And I'm about to unleash that vault of amazingness on this person. And it is the recipe that they can use to change their life, not just physically, right? But emotionally. It's a purpose, okay? Using your life to help somebody else is, I'm speechless. I don't know how to even describe how awesome an opportunity that is, right? And to be able to change somebody else's life and have that dramatic impact on someone else, and at the same time grow an amazing income, why would you keep that to yourself, right? Nicole, I don't know if she's on this call, but hopefully she'll watch this because I'm going to give her a shout out right now. But she said, on that post, she commented and she said, yes, this is exactly why how I felt. She's like, she knew other coaches and she saw all these people posting about coaching or whatever, but nobody invited her. Like, why aren't they inviting me? All right. You have people in your network that are like that. They're shy and they're like, man, I'd really like to do that. And they don't have the courage to approach you. But I guarantee you, if you just step out of your shell, step out of your box, send that message. Come on now. It's like 3 sentences long. Send that message. They're going to be so excited that you actually invited them. Amanda Pounds. Can I get what? Right? That's exactly what happened with Amanda. All right. She kept liking my posts. And I kept seeing her liking my posts. And I told Brandon, I'm going to invite Amanda to coach. And he was like, you are? I said, yes, I am. And I sent her a message. This girl hadn't even commented. It was just a like. But she had liked a few of them. And I'm like, well, she's liking all my business posts. Like, it's my responsibility to invite her. I invited her, and now look at her. She's a rock star. She's freaking amazing. Right? And her message back to me was, I knew you were going to invite me. Right? I remember. She said, I was just waiting. I knew you were going to send me this message, and now I have to make a decision. Yes, that's what it's all about, okay? I can't answer yes for them. All I can do is present the information. Yeah, yes, she did. She said, darn you. All right. So all I can do is present the information, right? And that's my only job as a coach. That's my only job as a business builder. I can't make a decision for somebody, but I sure as heck can put the information out there and just give it to them. And you know what? I tell people that. When I'm talking to them, when I send that initial invitation, I always say, you know, I'm not a high pressure person, but I feel it's my responsibility to at least let you know about this because it's amazing. And I think you'd be great at it. All right. And at that point, once the information is out in cyberspace, it's on them, right? It's not on me. Okay. It's like when you go to a restaurant and you ask the waiter, like, what's your favorite thing on the menu? And he says, oh, I really like the steak tartare. And you're like, and you go with the lasagna. You think he's going to be offended because he didn't do it? No. It's just getting the information out there, right? Just be the waiter, like Caleb Thomas in that video with his little shaking coffee cup. Just be the waiter and just put it out there. All right, so we're going to talk about inviting. And I am going to unmute my little friend, Sarah, because I asked her to help me with this. Can you hear me?
Yep.
I can hear you. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is kind of go through a little demonstration on how to invite. All right, so I'm going to pretend like Sarah is, how did we say we're going to do this? I'm the coach. I'm going to pretend like Sarah is my prospect, okay? And I just sent her an invitation. I just said, Sarah, you've been rocking my challenge group, and I think you're amazing. And I think that you'd make a great coach. Have you ever thought about doing this? That's all you have to say. That's all you have to say, right, Sarah?
Yeah.
Sarah sorry. There's a delay, so I'll try to pause in between I get going and I'm just like, ooh. Sarah has been really rocking her business, and she's been a coach since July of last year. And it took her a couple months to get really going, but once she got going, it's been nonstop. And I've been learning a lot from watching her grow her business. I think she's a rock star. And so we're going to do this little demonstration. And literally what I just said is all you have to do. Hey, so-and-so, you've been in my group. You are so motivating. Like, thank you so much for participating the way you are. Like, you're like a real rock star in our group. Like, I was thinking, like, have you ever thought about being a coach and doing what I do? I think you'd be really awesome at it. That's all you have to say. It's so easy, right? Okay, so Sarah, I just asked you. I just proposed to you.
You want me to say what I would say?
Yeah, just.
Well, I would like to, but I'm not really sure about the cost.
The cost of being a coach. Okay. So let me first ask you, Sarah, like what, if you've thought about this before, like what interests you about being a coach?
Well, I like the fact that I can earn income by just doing what I'm doing. But, and I also know people that might be interested in doing it too.
Oh, that's awesome. So I think that, you know, just from judging what you've been doing in the group, I think you'd be awesome at this. And I can tell you from firsthand that the income that you can earn is pretty amazing. And you're right, like it's just doing something that you love. And that's what's like so amazing to me about this is that I've really found something that I totally love and I've been able to build a business around it. So you asked me about the cost of being a coach. And so let me just tell you a little bit about that. You purchased a challenge pack to be in my challenge group. So you actually get to sign up for free as a coach, and your first month would be for free. And then every month after that, it's $16 a month. But you love Shakeology, right? How have you been enjoying that shake?
I love it. It's
awesome.
Good. Gives me energy.
Yeah. So when you sign up as a coach, you get a 25% discount on all of your products, which means that on Shakeology alone, that's like $33 that you save. So the cost to coach after your first month is $16 a month. But because you love Shakeology, you know, if you plan on staying on Shakeology, that $33 savings totally more than pays for that cost to coach, and you still end up in the green above what you would have been. Did you have any other questions about coaching that I can answer?
Do I have sales goals?
That's a great question. Actually, there are no sales requirements. So you could really, if you wanted to, sign up to coach and just get that 25% off and enjoy that. And you'll never get a call from anybody, including me, like, why aren't you selling? Like, what's going on? You can sign up to coach and just get the discount.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we didn't practice this demonstration, everyone. So let me ask you, like, what if you could do a business like this and use your love for health and fitness and share your results with other people? And as a result of that, just being open and honest and sharing with people, if you could get people to join you on this journey and help them lose weight, and you know, maybe somebody you help is able to get off their insulin medication, or you know, you help a woman who hasn't been able to wear her wedding ring in 6 years and now she can because you helped her. Like, what would that do for you emotionally?
Well, that would be amazing. I would love that. That would be really inspiring. Now, do you think that being a coach is hard? Do you feel like you pressure people like into buying, or?
No, I actually am a completely no pressure person. So my goal with my coaching business is to work with the willing. I don't want to work with somebody who feels like they had to join. And I can tell you from just the last 3 years that I have not lost even one friend since I've become a coach. And that's because of the way that I operate my business. I don't chase people down. And that's how I teach my coaches to operate their business as well. I'm very, that's very important to me, that people don't hide from me when I walk into a building. Like, I mean, we've all known people who do, like, you know, direct sales and you just feel like you're constantly hounded. That's not how we run our business. We really focus in our training on how to teach you to meet new people so that you're not constantly going back to the same people or hounding your family and friends to make a sale.
That's awesome. Sign me up. I'm ready.
Okay. So the reason why we wanted to just kind of do that real quick is because I know sometimes like it feels like we need to know all this information, and really in reality what people really wonder about is the basics. They're not going to be asking you about the compensation plan. They're not going to be asking you about, you know, details from the policies and procedures. They're going to be asking you about things that affect them at their level. You know what I mean? Like where they are right now. And that's pretty true across the board. I've never had somebody ask me like a super detailed question about the compensation plan and how it works. People just don't think about that. They're concerned about how is this going to affect me now, where I am right now, and how can I use this to better my life, basically. So if you focus, and I know this was simulated, but I hope it came across how it's very important that you address people with enthusiasm, okay? And just be excited and passionate about what you do as a coach and the results that you achieve emotionally, because let's face this, okay, this is truth, the total truth. People make decisions based on their emotions. That is where we make our decisions, okay? If you want to be a great salesperson and you want to hit Success Club every month, learn to dial in the emotion of the person you're talking to. It's the same with coaching. If you're trying to sign up a coach, like I asked Sarah, how would that make you feel if you could help people and you could look at somebody who was on insulin and now they're no longer on insulin, or maybe somebody who had heart problems, all right? And all of these examples are people within our own team. So if you're a brand new coach and you don't have any coaches underneath you, and maybe you don't even have a single customer, you can still use these examples. You don't need to use your own examples because these are true stories that have happened. Does that make sense? So you hear the term a lot, like fake it till you make it. And that's what we mean by that is in order to grow a team, you don't have to be like, you're the first person I have ever talked to. And, like I have to be so honest with you and let you know that, you're my first recruit. Don't be like that. Just try to be cool, just be cool and just talk to people like you would a friend. And I think that's pretty key. That's what I do. That's what I try to do. And again, just be passionate. You know what you know, and you know more than they know, and be passionate about what you know, okay? Because you signed up for a reason. You made that emotional decision too. What was it that drove you to make that decision? Because it's probably going to be the same for that other person. I hope that all makes sense. And so, Sarah, I had one more question I wanted to ask you, just about your business and how you invite people. Do you add in any information about coaching when you're talking to a customer? So this isn't somebody who maybe saw a post about your coaching and came to you and asked you about coaching, or that you directly asked about coaching, but maybe you have somebody who's interested in the 21-day fix and Shakeology. And do you just go with that, or do you also talk to them about coaching?
I always talk about coaching. From the very beginning, like I send the message saying, this is what the 21-day fix is. And if you're interested, you also get the fee waived and to become a coach. And that is a great opportunity. And I just kind of bring it in by telling them, if you do, when you do, I always say when, and I put in little parentheses, when you get the results that you want, and you're loving how the shake makes you feel, and you're loving the results that you're getting, then you have the opportunity to get it for 25% off. So you're saving money being a coach. Plus, people are going to be coming to you saying, what are you doing? I need to do what you're doing because I see you're losing weight. then you can share it with people and you make money by doing what you're already doing. So, I mean, that's how I tell every single person. And I would say all of the coaches I have signed up except for one have been with 21 Day Fix as coach. Just because every single person I talk to about the 21 Day Fix, I always tell them about coaching, because it's a no-brainer. I mean, if you're going to do the fix and love the Shakeology, then you're going to want to keep going with it. And I always tell them, you can cancel at any time. You're not obligated. You have no sales goals. And it's something that when you sign up, you get it for free. So if you think you may continue on the shake mix, it's really a great deal to sign up as a coach. And then I tell them, after that, I'm going to plug you into my team. So I'll put them in my team page, and then I'll welcome them. And then I start sending them emails, and I try to tag them and stuff. And then they get all excited. So I have a couple that signed just for the discount, and now they're signing coaches. So I'm like, yay. But that's how I do it. I always just plug it in right in there.
Okay. So I wanted to ask Sarah about that, because that's how I signed Sarah up as a coach. And this is a process that I call the bullet point invite. And I know I've talked about this before, but the video that I haven't posted yet for our training that I'll be posting after this, I go over my bullet point invite and exactly how I do it, along with the invitation. And the invitation that I'm going to share with you, it's basically describing the 21 Day Fix group or my challenge group, what I provide with my challenge group. And then at the very end, there's the last point about coaching. And that is the exact message, well, modified, but basically the same message I sent to Sarah. And Sarah signed up as a coach. And now look at her, right? So the point is, every single person you talk to is a coach prospect, okay? And it's really important for us, and it's tempting to do this, so that's why I want to bring it up. It's really important for us not to make decisions for people. So when I'm sitting there and I've got that choice as I'm writing a message to someone, or I'm on the phone with them and I'm talking to them, there will be that little voice in the back of your head that says, oh, they're not going to want to do that, or whatever. Trust me, you're going to have a voice back there saying something to you, and it's usually nonsense, and don't listen to it, okay? Include that little blurb in every single invite, because you never know who's going to be like, yeah, like, what's that coaching thing all about, okay? And you will sign coaches as a direct result of it. But the most important thing about it is that even the people who say no to coaching and just sign up with the challenge pack and go into your group, guess what? 3 weeks later, when they're sitting at their cubicle and their friend leans around and says, hey, like, you look a little skinny, like, what have you been doing? Tell me about this thing you're doing. And they start talking about the 21 Day Fix. Guess what? They're going to go like, wait, didn't she say something about people were going to be asking me about, my results? And wasn't there something about I could make money? They're going to think about it, okay? So you're planting the seed in their brain. Even if they say no to coaching at the beginning, you're planting the seed. You're always planting the seed. And I think that is so important. And yes, just do it. Ignore the little voice. It's really bad, because you'll prejudge people. And here's the truth. After 3 years of being a coach, it's usually the ones that you least expect to take off and do something with it that do. It's usually the ones you least expect. So never prejudge people. Just go with it. All right. So I think that's all I wanted to cover. I told you about the 28% increase, right? From Emerald. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all I want to cover. So I'm going to unmute everybody. Okay. Does anybody have, and I'm also going to check this little chat box. Oh, you bought Start With Why, Amanda?
Yeah, I did today.
That was such a good book.
I'm right in the middle of Change Anything.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm actually starting the chapter to Love What You Hate.
Yay! Okay, good. I love that book. I have listened on audio. I have it on audio, and I've listened to it probably 4 times now, back to back. Every challenge group I start, I really encourage all my challengers to get the book and read it. I have a girl, this is true story, you guys, and this is why I think that book is so important. I have a girl that has been with me as a client since day one, okay, day one. And she's had the same 50 pounds that she needs to lose since day one. And she's been that one. The brand new program would come out and she'd be like, I need the new program. All right, well, this last time when Hammer and Chisel came out, she messaged me and I was like, again? Like, I'll take your money, but you have the 21-day fix. Like, you don't need another program, you know what I mean? And so I just talked to her and I just told her, look, this book, I think it will really help you. And she did. And she's now 16 pounds down. She is, I want to say at this point, 2 or 3 months in. I think 2 months in from starting to read the book, which is the longest span that she has lasted in the last 3 years. She quit smoking. Okay? Not just lost weight. She's quit smoking and lost weight. So yes. And I use the print. There's 6,
I can't think of what he calls it either.
What do they call it?
Not influences, but.
Yes, 6 influences.
Is it influences?
Yeah. So there are 6 influences that come to bear on a person when you're getting ready to make a lifestyle change. And this can be, they use 5 different examples throughout the book. One is losing weight. That's an obvious one, right? The other is smoking. Then there's alcohol or drug abuse, relationships, and then your job. Okay, and then there's 6 influences that come to bear when you're trying to make a change, no matter what it is. They're the same influences for every single change that you're trying to make in your life. One of them is willpower. Well, we all know from losing weight that we tend to focus on willpower alone, right? Willpower alone is not enough. And that's why you have people, willpower comes and goes like motivation comes and goes. And you'll have people like, oh yeah, I'm in this, man. Let's do this. And 2 days later, you're like, dude, where'd you go? Like, what happened? They're on the freaking couch eating Doritos again. Like, in just 2 days. Like, how did that happen? Because willpower is not enough. It's not enough. Okay? So they teach you 5 other influences, basically, to use to change your behavior. And it's amazing. So if you're running groups, or if you need to make a change in your life, it's helped me. But if you're, especially for your groups, man, if you can get that, try to get them to read it. But even if they're not reading it, or even if they are reading it, once a week in the group, I post a video on one of those influences and really try to relate it to weight loss and how they can use that to help themselves stay on track. And really, it's about developing an individual plan for each person on how to make a change.
I appreciate you mentioning that, because I've never thought to do that in challenge groups. Yet I find that challenge groups are difficult for me. Like the week clean eating ones, you know, the free 1 week clean eating ones, I love those. You know, I'm great at those. But the month ones where people have purchased the programs from me, I fail at that. It seems like I'm like, I don't know what to post. Like, there's only so many times you can take a picture of yourself and say, I've worked out today.
Yeah.
And so I've had trouble with that. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why I'm not seeing growth on my team like I should, because I'm not helping enough people get those results that they should be getting. So things like that, like, yeah, I appreciate it.
I've been doing that and everybody loved it. The other thing I did in the last group that I hosted and everyone really liked it is I did a Zoom once a week throughout the group. So it was just basically like a coffee with Mary kind of thing, like, you know, just super informal, but it's a face-to-face meeting. And if they have questions, if they need a kick in the butt, like whatever, like I'm there to do that live in person. And they really enjoyed that. That seemed to go over really well, the live chats, just like this, like what we're doing right now, but with my challenge groups. And And then I know Miss Sarah, we've talked about having her share with us how she's doing her groups. I'm not going to have her do that right now because I want to make sure we have enough time to cover. She's got her groups are going really great. Really great.
Well, I saw where a bunch of people had tagged her in videos that they had made about the 21-day fix, like it's part of a contest. And I've been meaning to message her to say, like, hey, what was that about? And because that was really creative.
And like a little document thing, and I'm putting all my challenge posts in it. I'll share it with the team. Like, I mean, everybody can use it. I mean, or choose whatever you want to use out of it. But I try to do something different every day and kind of like theme it. And I've had so many people like stay on track and keep doing it. And I have prizes. They're not big prizes, but they're loving it. So it's fun.
Yeah, because you're making it fun. You're making it fun and interesting and keeping it interesting. Because I think that's where a lot of people fall off track is it becomes routine. And you get, like, there's that honeymoon phase that's easy to last the first week or two. And then usually around week 3 is where people just kind of like fall off. And it's because it's old. It's the old, same old thing again. And
well, I don't want to
get a call on that.
It's really been great, like having them post on their page, because I've been telling them post on your page and tag me in it, because it's advertisement for me too. Because, you know, and for them. And my friends get to see their posts, you know. So, it's really great.
It's like what Mary said in the Emerald video, you know, it's your friends realizing that you're a business owner and that you're making a difference and that you're influencing people.
Yes.
Well, and I always hashtag coach on my pictures. Well, I try to always. And I've been having all my coaches do that. So, you know, all my friends and that we have in common, they're all looking at all these posts and be like, why are they all hashtagging coach? Like, you know, I want to know what that's all about. And so I've had a couple people just like write me and say, hey, what is this? Like, well, let me tell you. I cannot help but look at myself in that corner. I can't help it. I'm like, I look so bad. But yeah, so I mean, it's been great. I love it.
Yeah, your groups are going really well. So I'm going to be trying something new with groups. I'm going to do a group that doesn't have an end date. So basically like an accountability group, because I find my accountability groups seem to go better than my challenge groups for some weird reason.
Like a revolving door group? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's what Amy Silverman posted that she had. Or not posted, but I don't know if it was a recent National Wake Up Call or if it was one that I had listened to, you know, when we were doing the 12 days of calls, and if it was like one that I got from a long time ago. But she said that she has one big group. So like every month when people purchase from her, she puts them in that. And it's just like an ongoing thing. And she has like 500 people in there. And, you know, some she's currently helping, some she's helped before. And I'll have to find it. But yeah, she talks about it. That's what she
yeah, because I don't think that's the most recent one. The most recent one was Reinventing Yourself, and I listened to that twice, and I don't remember that. So
it must have been a long time ago, though.
Yeah.
I watched a YouTube video that was kind of like that. She was talking about a revolving door.
Was that the one where she talked about? Maybe it was when she said how you could get like $8,000 in 2 months or something, and then it was if you sign people up for club membership, like all of the people who say no to your challenge groups, and then you get them to do the club membership, you're still earning money on them. Mm-hmm. And I think she mentioned it in there because I remember watching her on video, and I think that's the one.
Mm.
So
I'd like to listen to that if you run across it again.
Yeah, I'll look for it.
That's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to be doing themes too, like throughout the week. Just to try to get people in it. I just find like my challenge or my accountability groups seem to go, when I'm in my accountability groups and I'm working them, they seem to go better. And I think it's because there's a relationship there. Like people know each other, you know what I mean? Like, whereas in a challenge group, you've got all these people who don't know each other. You're throwing them together just about the time when they start to get to know each other. You're like, we're done. And, you know, like, it changes all up. So I'm going to try it this way. This is the way I started out coaching. I didn't start a new group every month. I just had the same group all the time. And it wasn't until like 6 months into my coaching that I started challenge groups. So I'm going to try it and I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to get started though, because I have a bunch of people that I need to get added this month. But okay, so that.
Do you think that would be hard to keep up with, like having to post every single day?
No, because so the way I do it now, I have an accountability group and I have a challenge group. And then I've got 2 groups I have to post in every single day. So this would just be one group for all the people who purchased from me. Everybody else would get filtered into the free groups. So I'm going to host like once or twice a month a free group. Those people can be in those free groups until they purchase. Once they purchase, guess what? You get graduated into my paid group, which is my.
Are you gonna change back to fit to that, or are you gonna dissolve back to fit?
I think I'm gonna dissolve it. There's a lot of people in there who, yeah, I think I'm gonna dissolve it. Short answer. But all of you guys are welcome to join. That's totally fine. And Amanda, just like my other accountability group, if you want to add people, if you want to try it with me, you're more than welcome.
Well, I tried last year. I tried an accountability group, and then, like I said, I just fizzled out. So nobody was posting, and then that's probably when I should have really been posting to try to boost it back up. But it was like one of those things. A couple of days passed, and I was like, oh shoot. And then a week passed, and it's like, oh, and then you're just embarrassed, and you don't want to be like, hi guys, remember me? I started this group with you all,
I've been there.
I've been there too. Yeah.
Not still recording, are we?
Yes, we are.
Just kidding. No, just kidding, not really. You married.
That's funny. Okay, does anybody have any more questions on topic of Emerald? I just want to make sure we answer everybody. I'm not sure who's left on the phone in.
So what is this call tomorrow? Are we inviting coaches to this call tomorrow, and it's going to be a Zoom call as well?
Okay, so this is the call tomorrow is going to be for prospects. So if you have people that you want to invite to be a coach, it's going to be an informational call where I don't know if you've listened in on before on conference calls about coaching. We used to do them all the time, and I'm trying to get back to the basics. But basically, I'm going to tell my story about how I got involved through fitness and then to coaching. And then I'm going to go through what it takes to be a coach, some common myths that common misconceptions people have about what a coach is supposed to be versus what it really is, how you get involved, meaning the cost of it basically, and then what the benefits are of being a coach.
And how long do you think that one will run?
20-30 minutes. Okay. When I used to do them with Missy, we would top out at 30 minutes, but that was with her, and she would tell her story too. So I'm thinking maybe 20. I'm going to try my best.
And should we have them pre-download the Zoom app?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm going to do the Zoom. I'm doing the Zoom because I'm going to try my best to, like I said, do a screen share and have so they can see my pictures. And sometimes it helps to have a visual in front of you when you're talking about coaching, as far as the benefits and so I'm going to try to do that. We'll see if I can get it.
Show off your pillows.
Show off my pillows, my pretty pillows. Subscribe. No. Yeah. So I'm going to do that. So if you have people that you've been talking to who are interested in coaching, those are people to invite. Oh, I almost totally forgot. Okay. So I gave you guys an assignment to do a list of 50 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Videos. I can't remember now which video it was. I think it was on the Love What You Hate. Yeah. On the Love What You Hate video. I gave everyone an assignment to come up with a list of 50 people, okay, with the top 5. So the assignment is to take that top 5 and send a, hey, I cannot believe I forgot this. Send a hey girl message, okay? So what that means is, and the hey girl messages are a really great way to send a message to someone that maybe you haven't talked to in a little bit, or maybe you've been talking to them but about something totally unrelated. And it's basically I know this is totally out of the blue, but blah, 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 blah. And then you have your message, okay? So this is a way to message someone without feeling like I got to lead in. And, you know, like when I first started coaching, it was like I try to steer the conversation. And sometimes that can be really difficult. And then it fizzles out before you can get to the point. And you know what I mean? This way, you just get right to it. So it's just, hey, girl, I know this might be completely out of the blue, but I have this opportunity that I've been presented that's about building a fitness and health business. And I just thought you'd be perfect for it because of X, Y, Z, and be genuine, because people know when you're being, you know, BSing, basically. Be genuine about it. Don't make something up, okay? So figure out what about them you do think would be great as a coach and put that in there. And then just say, like, my team is having a presentation on Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. And I would just love if you could be there with me. Totally not pressure. It's just information. And would you be interested? Super simple. Okay. And these calls are really motivating. I've done a lot of them, not recently, but I've done a lot of them in the past, and always get messages from people about like, oh my God, that was so awesome, you know, whatever. So it's going to be really motivating. Even if they decide not to become a coach, they're going to leave inspired, okay? And even if they decide not to become a coach, you might get a challenge pack sell out of it, all right? So do your best to get people on this call. I gave you guys that assignment to get your top 5 to send that message tonight, okay? But tomorrow night is our call, and I purposefully am giving you the assignment out late on Monday night because I found that the closer in time you invite, the higher the chance that they'll actually show up. They won't forget.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
I was all kind of getting nervous, like, oh no, we only gave them a day to prepare or whatever, but
No, it's a Tuesday night. Most people aren't going to have any plans. And you just say like, hey, you know, it's tonight. Do you have time tonight? You have a half an hour of your evening that you could spend with me, because it'd be really cool. And like I said, you know, you're at the very least, you're going to leave inspired. So they're going to get something out of it no matter what. But yeah, people tend to forget. If you do it too far in advance, they forget. And, you know, then you message them like, hey, what'd you think? And they're like, oh, I wasn't there. So I would message tonight and tomorrow, and even up until 5 o'clock, you guys. Like, people don't do stuff on the weeknights, you know. Don't use that as an excuse. Don't use time as an excuse to not invite, okay? Because think about this. Even if they are busy tomorrow night, they might come back and say like, no, I can't tonight, but what's this coaching thing all about, right? You're opening doors, okay?
And it'll be recorded, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, we'll
if you talk to people, you could say, oh, well, yeah, I can send you the recording if you're interested, or something like that.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So who do we have on the phone now? Is this Jeremy still? No? I don't know who that is. Okay. All right, well.
She had to go.
Oh, okay.
But I text with her, so she bought the book.
Oh, good. Which one?
She just said the book we were talking about tonight, so
Change
I'll
anything?
follow up.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, because we talked about Start With Why too. They're both really good. Okay, well, do you guys have anything you want to talk about or bring up?
I just would like to, like in the future, here pretty soon, do a call on challenge groups. That would be good. And I know that we've touched a lot on like pages, and I'm really enjoying Missy's thing that she's doing on like pages. And I feel like I'm kind of gaining ground on mine. I've really focused on it, but I still only have like 200 likes. So I want to talk about how to build likes. And I know I can do an ad, and I will probably do that in March, but just creative ways to get people to, I don't know, build up the likes.
Mm-hmm. The way I get the majority of my organic likes is through posting content that people are going to comment and share. Shares are a big way. So if you want to up your likes, look for viral videos. So a video that you see has gone viral, especially if it's like recently. And if you, you can through Chrome, Google Chrome, you can download, and I don't know what it's called. I have it on my computer. Let me see if I can see what it's called. But you can download a Facebook attachment onto your browser. It's called the Facebook Video Downloader. And you have to install it on your browser. Not hard. It's just like a click thing, and it's on there. And then when you're watching a video, there's this little Facebook icon now up on my browser that I can click when the video's up, and it will allow me to download that video to my computer. And then I can post that video from my computer as though it's my own video. So I'm not sharing it. It's my video directly onto my page. Then when it goes viral again through my page, it's linking people back to me. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So if you see a video that you think relates to your business in some way, that is getting a lot of attention. So for instance, I just did it recently with that one, the people at the gym. Did you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I shared it on my personal page a couple days ago, but it's just funny. So that's why I was laughing. But it's like the people of Walmart, but the people of the gym. It's pretty funny. So anyway, I shared that on my page, but you know, posting stuff like that, you'll get a lot of people seeing your page that you wouldn't normally see because other people are sharing it. And then, you know, before you know it, there's multiple shares on shares, and, you know, you've got a lot of attention to your page.
Mary, it's Sabrina. I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I actually need to create a business page. And one thing that I've noticed with other types of businesses, a lot of people get their shares and likes by telling people like every 10 people that you add to this page, or that you share this page, or you comment, blah, 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 you know, you'll be entered into a raffle to win something free. For an introduction to like a business page or something, would that be something that you would recommend? Is like, I was thinking of like a 3 sampler pack of the Shakeology, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Would we be able to do something like that?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, and that I've seen a lot of LuLaRoe people do that with their groups, which a group is completely different than a page. I don't think that approach would work on a page so much, but you can do a giveaway. So where you do some sort of picture that says, you know, share this picture, like the page, like my page, and like this post or comment on this post to be entered to win. And I know, yeah, and I know there are a lot of pages that do that get a lot of likes from it. I've done it a couple times, and I've had mixed results. I think with those types of things, you have to be, it's like you got to get the right picture. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Okay, and then have you paid for like the Facebook advertising or no?
Yes. We're opening a whole big subject now. Okay, so Facebook ads. Okay, so yes, and there are 2 ways to do Facebook ads. One is to boost a post, which I've done many times. And then the other is to actually learn how to use the Power Editor. And that is what I'm doing right now. And you pay a lot less for the results, but the learning curve is a lot higher. Okay, so I've gotten a lot of great results from boosting posts, but then I've had a lot of boosted posts that have gotten zip. And it's always been a source of frustration to me because I'd use the same exact audience, same exact post, and one of them goes great. And I looked back at my one, I signed up 3 coaches from one back in like September. That's how I got Jennifer Matthews, Trish Gallagher, and then Veronica, all from one boosted post. Okay. And then I thought, oh, that's a great one. I'm going to redo it. And so I redid it and I got nothing. Like, how does that happen? Okay. So boosted posts are very hit or miss. And it's basically Facebook's easy way for you to boost a post and an easy way for them to make money. If you take a little bit of time to learn the Power Editor and how it works, maybe a little more than a little time, you will pay a lot less and you'll get a lot more consistent results with it. But it definitely
a Facebook app or something, or what is the Power Editor? I've never even heard of that.
It's a black hole in Facebook. So if you click on the little arrow in Facebook, you have your name at the top of the screen on the right-hand side. There's that little arrow next to your name. If you click on that caret down, you'll see Ads Manager, and then click on Ads Manager, and then from Ads Manager, from Ads Manager up in the top, you'll see Power Editor. So I'm in a training right now that I highly recommend to everyone. It's $300, so it's not chump change. But I can just tell you from experience, boosted ads, and I went back and I looked. So this is the exactly. In the last 3 years, I've spent $2,800 on boosted ads. Probably half of that yielded nothing. That's a lot of money wasted. I spent $300 on this training, and now I'm getting a lot better results. I'm having to put more effort into it to learn it, and it's definitely not something that you have to adjust with this system that they teach you. You have to constantly adjust until you find your sweet spot. But once you hit the sweet spot, you're like getting pennies for likes or comments or shares, and you're recruiting coaches, and you're just having all this overwhelming results. So it's totally worth it. But know before you dive into a training like that it's going to be a commitment. It's not going to happen overnight. But at the same time, some of these girls that went through it last year have grown from, one girl when she started the training was at 1,000 likes. And by the end of the 3 months of training, she was at 11,000 likes on her page. All right. Not only that, she went from a 1-star diamond to a 2-star diamond, got her husband to diamond, and then 4 of the coaches on his team were emeralds and were all very close to diamond themselves. That's a lot of results for $300, okay? That's a lot of results for some sweat equity and time that you spend to learn the system, okay? I highly recommend that. As a matter of fact, I would go as far as to say, I would rather see you save up the money you would spend on boosting ads and put it into a training like that. Because I just look at what I've done and how much money I've wasted. And it's just, that's a lot of money, close to $3,000. It's $1,000 a year. And like I said, at least half of it yielded no results at all. I don't know if that helped you, Sabrina. Sorry. It's because it's my current struggle right now. I kind of went into that, but that's just my feeling. Rather than boosting ads, I would spend the money on learning how to do it right.
And is it something like that, the editor that you talked about, is it something that you need to be trained on? Or if I spent 3 hours one night hacking it, could I figure it out?
You could probably figure it out for free if you went on YouTube, but it's not going to happen in 3 hours. And trust me, even with the training I'm in, it's kind of a frustrating process. And I mean, I can show you guys what I've learned so far. I can do like a screen share and I can like slam through it, how to do, it's split testing and how to test audiences and all that kind of stuff. But there is no way I can do it like they do. You know what I mean? Like I'm just passing information along. On Power Editor training though, yeah, like I'm sure there's YouTube tutorials on how to do Power Editor. But as far as the system goes, you know, that's a little different. And it's not going to happen in 3 hours, trust me.
I actually have to go. I need to give the baby a bath, and I have people coming over to do that 22-minute hardcore. So I have to go, but thank you guys.
Yes, thanks for hopping on, and hope you have a good night. Enjoy that workout. Let me know how you like it. I haven't done it yet.
Okay. I definitely will. Bye.
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 All right. Any other questions before we let everybody go? No? Nope. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop the recording.